Freedom of the press is very important. In America, this is one of the many things that make this country great. If you do not have freedom of the press, the country may fall apart. For example, in the Soviet Union. In regard to the press, everything was controlled by the government. They put in lies that they wanted the citizens to hear and took out the truth that they didn't want the citizens to hear. This and a variety of other reasons is why I think this country failed as a whole. Another great thing that comes from freedom of the press is that you get multiple views on different debates. For example, in regard to Osama bin Laden dying, many people believe that he is actually dead. But this news team that I am about to show you are convinced that he is not actually dead and that America just have him hostage. This is the clip of them broadcasting it in the news.
قال رئيس الوزراء الإيطالي سيلفيو بيرلسكوني إنه تم الاتفاق على 10 بيانات بشأن مسائل اقتصادية ستبحثها اليوم قمة مجموعة الدول الثمان المتقدمة الصناعية. وكانت مظاهرات حاشدة في روما قد استبقت مؤتمر القمة الذي سيعقد في مدينة لاكويلا بإيطاليا. وقد شهدت شوارع روما اشتباكات بين الشرطة ومحتجين أسفرت عن اعتقال عشرات من الأشخاص.
Yes, that wasn't Arabic. I'm sorry. I couldn't find an English version or any English news station that said that. But now we'll see President Barack Obama giving his side of the story.
Good evening. Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda, and a terrorist who's responsible for the murder of thousands of innocent men, women, and children.
Without getting two sides of the story, a country might fail because the citizens are only receiving the government's view of everything. And since the government is in power, the government will want to stay in power and might feed them lies like we saw in the Soviet Union. One great TV show that takes advantage of the freedom of the press is The Simpsons. The Simpsons were first introduced in 1987, and they first looked like this. This has changed very much, and they now look like this. The Simpsons are just an ordinary family. One of the things that the Simpsons do is they criticize their own government. Here in this clip, this is from the Simpsons movie, and this is one of the ways that the Simpsons criticize the government.
I've narrowed your choices down to 5 unthinkable options. Each will cause untold misery.
I picked number 3.
You don't even want to read them first?
I was elected to lead, not to read.
In that clip, Arnold Schwarzenegger, the President of the United States, which one way they are saying that the government or the citizens are pretty stupid is that they would elect him. And then another way, they are actually criticizing the man himself by him just doing that without choosing, and it also says that the government don't think before they act, and they don't think through the decisions that they make that will greatly affect the citizens of America. Another thing that The Simpsons do is that they criticize the own citizens and kind of make the citizens think about what they need to do better or a problem that is arising in America. Usually Lisa is the one to do this when she brings up stuff about the environment or anything like this, but in this situation, in the clip that I'm about to show you, it is shown in a different way.
What?
Excuse me, ma'am. Don't you think you've gambled enough?
No.
Okay. We're required by law to ask every 75 hours. Get another free drink.
In that clip, the Simpsons were saying that gambling is a problem in America and it needs to be fixed. Overall, the Simpsons put to use the freedom of the press. In criticizing the government in public, not only do they tell the government what they need to do better, but they also inform the citizens of what the government needs to do better in order to apply pressure on the government to actually do these things. To conclude, freedom of the press has been vital to this country's development. I think it is one of the main reasons that makes this country great.